Well, in the last clip there, you saw it was raining pretty heavily, and I still haven't figured out how to make the roof not leak yet. I don't know what's going on. So, the Gorilla Tape and the urethane hasn't taken care of the problem, so the only other option I could think of was to bed line it shut, Flex Seal something. Flex Seal is basically bed liner. I have some in the shed, so let's just bed line the roof shut, done, over, something. So I'm gonna hit it with one coat tonight and hit it with another coat tomorrow, and we'll see how it holds up. We're supposed to have rain in 2 days, so no time like the present to try. Oh, this stuff stinks so bad. Ugh, so stinky. Hopefully because it stinks, it actually works. All right, well, the good news is it's a couple days later, and the one can of bed liner seemed to have slowed or stopped my leak. So I'm gonna put more on here just to make it so I can't see through the sunroof, because it's bothering me more that it's like all patchy on the inside. So since I went this direction, I'm gonna go this direction. Also, the wheel bearing on this thing is not very happy in the back. It's starting to eat the tire up in the right rear, and I'm not sure if it's the right rear wheel bearing or the left rear wheel bearing, which is still okay. It's not eating the tire up near as bad. The struts are bent, I think. So we'll get those addressed here hopefully in a couple weeks. And yeah, I got some big news about our trip that I'll be doing with Triumph by Error. We'll be recording that so you guys can see our ill-advised trip in some really cheap cars. Well, I got the car in the air, and this wheel bearing actually seems fine. If anything, the stinking brake is dragging back here. But no matter what I do, like pulling on it up and down, hitting it side to side, it's pretty darn tight. So I guess when I get it apart, I do have to do parking brake cables. They're pretty easy to get to, so I'm going to put those in while I'm taking this apart to do wheel bearings and the strut on this side. Yeah, I'm going to set this side down and go pick up the other side and see what I find. Maybe that's the side making noise? Really hope it's not a front one. I just ordered the rears, but I guess I can return the rear wheel bearings later. But definitely need to get these struts fixed though. Okie dokie, got this side picked up now. If anything, the tire is loose on the bead, but that's fine. This brake is a little less grabby than passenger side, so that's a good sign. But where is my wheel bearing noise coming from? This is gonna bother me now. Well, we got the MEEP back. Took it to a professional shop to get looked at, just so we're not throwing the parts cannon at it for our road trip with Triumph by Error. And big surprise, the struts in the back are shot. It's a good thing we have new ones. It turns out they're actually not bent like we were all thinking. They're just blown completely out, and there's no dampening whatsoever. So it's kind of a lowrider all the time. So we're gonna change the struts out on this car. Also, my roof is still leaking. We had a lot of rain over the weekend, and there's a puddle of water on the floor, or at least there was when I left home this morning. It's mostly evaporated now with the windows down. So yeah, we're gonna cut the Gorilla Tape off the roof and cover the entire roof with bed liner, and hopefully that takes care of the problem. And if not, we're just gonna give up. So, oh well. Car still drives. So let's get her home tonight and do some other work this week. Well, thanks to Tony, since he has a nice garage and I don't, and it's raining outside. We're here to do the struts on the back of this thing. And if you can see, that strut's bent. It goes like this direction. This side right here, you can push up on it without any kind of force with the tire on. The other side has a little bit more pressure to it, but I'm not sure how bent it is yet. And see, I'll get this thing out, swap it out, go to the other side and see what we find. All right, well, I forgot to record taking the struts out, but they were definitely shot. Put the lift blocks back in, and now the back tires are straight up and down as compared to sitting like this and eating my tires up. Car does have a rake now, but not complaining. Got some good gap in there. I just get some gap in the front, we'd be fine. Because we have like negative ground clearance up here. But I'd call that a win for today. Need to put on a roof basket still, fix the leak in the roof, and clean the car out so we can get it ready to go on our trip. And we're also re-theming it, so stay tuned for that. Should be pretty fun. All right, well, good news. The car rides better, but we've gained 2 warning lights. Service engine soon light and the brake light. And not sure what that's about. I guess I'll check the code scanner when I get home. All right, I guess it's time to figure out what these check engine lights are for. Turn the power on to the ignition. One code, P0500. Let's wipe that code out, and we'll look and see what it says. Done. Perfect. I'll just keep the scanner in the car currently and see what we find out. All right, well, as you saw there, a P0500 check engine light is just for a speed sensor. Speedometer seems to be working fine. I do know that the right rear ABS sensor is busted, so is the one, well, all the other ones are connected technically, but the one for the right rear is missing. It's been missing since, I don't know, 2 months ago, so it hasn't given me any problems yet. It's possibly also why the brake light comes on every once in a while as well. So I'm just going to leave it. But so far we've got that portion of the suspension fixed. It's handling a lot better now. I might have to do some blocks in the front to kind of level the car out. It does have a nice little rake to it. It would be nice to get the front end up, but if it costs too much, I'm not even going to worry about it. I might get some of those little rubber isolator pieces you can pick up at the local auto parts store and just try that for now. Otherwise, I think we're set to start working on the car for our trip north. Stay tuned for another video where we actually clean the car out for the first time since the rally and see what kind of treasures we find. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one, and have a good one.